Wow, Imelda, just look at you. You're wealthy and famous. You're doing great, sweetheart, and I'm proud of you.
Aw, thank you so much. But, who is this? I'm sorry, your number is not saved on my phone, so I don't know who you are.
You don't have to feel bad. I don't hold it against you. I know how busy you've been these past few years as you struggle to build yourself. It's me, Stan, your father.
What? That's a lie.
I'm serious, honey. This is me. It's been so long since we last spoke. We sure have a lot to catch up on. Come on, what's going on in your life? I saw you on TV yesterday. You were awarded for being the most promising entrepreneur of the year. That's mighty impressive, Imelda.
Whoa. Are you really my dad? Because if you are, then you know very well that you have no right sending me a text after everything you put me through.
Come on, I'm just trying to reconnect with my daughter. What's so bad about it? Oh, you feel that just because you're a millionaire now, I'm suddenly beneath you? You're not ashamed of me, are you?
My God, I can't believe your audacity. How dare you try to guilt trip me into taking you back into my life? So I should just welcome you with open arms like the last 20 years didn't happen? Huh?
Now is not the time to revisit the past. You and I have a bright future. Let's focus on that.
No. Our past is too painful for me to just let go of it like that. And you suddenly coming back like this brings it all to the forefront. Do I have to remind you how badly you hurt me as a child? You never cared about me. Not even when Mom was alive. Mom managed to shield me from your abuses as best as she could, but sadly, we lost her. And then I saw you for the monster that you really are.
Don't be ungrateful. I was raising you the best way I could. And it turned out great, didn't it? Look at you today. You're one of the most prominent businesswomen in the city.
I should be grateful to you? For what exactly? The fact that you refused to send me to school? I barely had enough to eat even though you could easily feed me? You never cared about what happened to me and you showed it all the time. Things only got worse when you remarried. You and your new wife made life a living hell for me. She beat me so many times and you did nothing. Neither did you do anything when she starved me for no reason at all. So, tell me again. What exactly should I be grateful for?
Fine, but you don't have to be like this, okay? Maybe we did go overboard, but we're better now. Rosie has changed and she loves you so much, just like her own daughter. We're ready to be a family again.
God forbid it. Do you remember what you told me the day you dropped me off at Grandma's? You called me a nobody and a killjoy. You said I would never amount to anything and you never wanted to see me ever again. I was just 7 at the time. Do you have any idea how badly your cruel words affected me?
We're family. We say hurtful things all the time. You cannot use that against me. You have to learn to forgive and forget, girl.
Grandma and Grandpa are my family, and not once in the 20 years I've lived with them have they said such mean things to me. You're not my family, so return to your wife. Leave me and my grandparents alone because as far as I'm concerned, my father is dead. Hi, Nana. How are you doing?
Not too bad. I'm preparing to go to bed. Your grandfather is already asleep.
LOL. Gramps never messes with his sleep. We all know that. Nana, there's something I need to tell you. My father reached out to me today.
He did? Oh, Stan boy. He's really relentless, isn't he?
What do you mean?
He also reached out to me and your grandfather. He's trying to get back in with us. It was painfully clear why he wanted it, though. He knows now that you're a millionaire and suddenly wants to be one of us again. I'm so sorry, honey. I should have known something like this would happen. You must have been so shocked when his text came in.
No, Nana, you don't have to be sorry for anything. You were not the one that abandoned me. He left me behind without looking back. Not even once. I can still remember the countless number of times I called him on the phone, begging him to come pick me up and take me home. And I remember the mean things he said each time. Now, I thank God he didn't come back for me. Who knows where I would have been today?
Come on, Imelda. You were just a kid, and you wanted your father. Stan was already a bad father, but getting married to Rosie made him worse. And I'm afraid he has not changed. He won't stop trying to win us over.
I don't care. It won't happen. You and Gramps are the sole reason I'm where I am today. The fact that I'm a millionaire is because you sacrificed all you had to see me through business school and invested your retirement savings into my business. I owe everything I have to you and Gramps. Now is the time for you both to reap the fruits of your labor, and I'm not going to let some stranger come and take that away from you. Never.
Imelda, it's been 2 days now and you haven't reached out to your father? Do you have to be so disrespectful?
I already told you, I don't have a father. Stop with all this, because nothing will come of all this you're trying to do.
What? So, because I was a bit absent from your life, you feel you can ignore me and go against my wish? was trying to rebuild our family. Why are you being so stubborn?
I told you I'm not interested. You never wanted to be my family 20 years ago, so I don't want to be yours now. Please, leave me alone.
No, I can see what's going on here. It has the handwriting of my mom all over it. I don't want you spending time with your grandma anymore. She's a bad influence on you.
What? How dare you? Nana was more parent to me than you could ever hope to be. She took me in after you abandoned me. She raised me into the successful daughter whose life you're trying to crawl back into. And now, you want me to just leave her? I don't abandon family. That's more your style.
Shut up and listen. I'm your father, and I know what's best for you. My mom isn't what you need. Believe me. Don't spend time with her anymore. It's for your own good.
That won't happen. There's nothing on this earth that can tear me away from Nana.
Being obstinate won't stop what's gonna happen. You're my daughter, and we're family. Soon, you, Rosie, and I will be together. Stop fighting it because you're only gonna regret it. I promise you.
Seriously? Are you really threatening me?
It's your fault it's come to this point. Whether you like it or not, we'll be together again. And if you keep frustrating my efforts to reunite us, I'll make you pay dearly for it.
Your threats don't mean jack to me. Are they supposed to scare me? Well, they failed. I'm no longer the 7-year-old who cowered every time you raised your voice, or the little girl that ran when your shadow fell on me. I dare you to do your worst. Then we'll see who will be living in regret.
You're my family, and I do what's necessary for us to be together once more, no matter the cost. No worries, in the end, you'll thank me for it.
Dad, how could you do this to me and Nana? What right did you have to go on air and talk about us without our permission?
I'm your father. That's all the permission I need. The TV station wanted to know more about the father of the most promising entrepreneur. How could I turn down their offer? That was actually my first time on TV. How'd I do?
Huh? How can you ask me that? All you did was lie about me and my grandparents. How could you call me a terrible daughter? You lied about making sacrifices for me, and then accused me of abandoning you because I became a millionaire.
Was that a lie? I did make a sacrifice, didn't I? Do you think it was easy to leave you behind? I'd love to see you convince the public that you're not a terrible daughter.
I'd never forgive you for this, Dad. If you had lied only about me, I might have forgiven you. But you had to include Nana and Gramps. You went too far. How could you downplay everything they did for me? Did you know the long hours Gramps had to work just so he could send me to school? What about the multiple shifts Nana had to take so that I would have food in my belly? How dare you say they did nothing for me? They brought me this far and you're trying to steal all the credit while making me look like a terrible daughter.
And it's working, isn't it? Or you won't be ranting in my DM. Every blog worth their dime is carrying that interview, and it's trending across all social media platforms. If care is not taken, Imelda, you'll become known as the ungrateful daughter who abandoned her father after she became a millionaire. Tell me, how long do you think your fame and reputation will last after that?
My God, I can't believe this. You're out to destroy me. This is my reputation you're messing with. My business is on the line here. How can you do this to your own daughter?
Don't be afraid, honey. You forced my hand when you kept fighting our reunion. I have a plan to make it all go away, and you'll be everyone's favorite once more. You'll hold a press conference and admit to being a bad daughter. You will then tell the world that you've learned your lesson. We have to show everyone that we're together once again. So you, me, and Rosie would have to live together.
This was your plan all along, right? That's why you had to lie against Nana and Gramps and make me look bad? I won't let this slide, Dad. Since you decided to play dirty, I'll no longer hold back when I'm dealing with you.
Stop being stubborn and use your head. What do you think you can do? Everyone hates you.
You think you've destroyed me, right? We'll see about that.
Imelda, what on earth did you do? You sneaky witch. You went behind my back to hold a press conference? How could you do that to me?
I had to debunk the lies you told about me and my grandparents. I told you I won't let it slide, didn't I?
You went too far, Imelda. How could you call me a liar?
I showed the world who you really are. I told them how you abandoned me when I was 7. I told them how you maltreated me and never did a single thing when I was abused by Rosie. I showed them proof of the sacrifices Nana and Gramps made for me over the years. From school fee receipts to investing their retirement fund into my business. The world now knows you for what you are, Dad.
Did you seriously have to go to such great lengths? Everyone hates me now and the internet is mad at me. My accounts are being trolled by your fans and I can't even make a post without getting hateful comments on them. I had to make the rest of my accounts private before things became worse. Are you trying to destroy me or what?
Destroy you? That's the exact same thing you tried to do to me. But don't get tired just yet. There's still so much more to come.
What? You can't be serious.
This is just the beginning, Dad. I've already filed a suit, and I'll be charging you to court for libel and defamation of character. I'm gonna make sure you pay heavily for everything you did.
Come on, is that really necessary? You've won already. No one likes me. Do you have to take this to court?
Of course I do.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. That's what you want to hear, right? I'm saying it to you. I'm sorry. Now stay away from me from now on, so don't go further with the suit. I'll leave you alone.
No, you can't leave me alone just yet. There's so much more to come.
Don't be like this. I already said sorry. What more do you want from me?
You shouldn't have come back into my life, Dad. You should have stayed where you were with Rosie. Because now, I'll stop at nothing to bring you down. So relax. There's so much more to come. I suggest you brace yourself.
Imelda, I'm sorry. Please, you have to forgive me. I've been crying ceaselessly for days now. I should never have abandoned you 20 years ago. It was a big mistake. Trying to come back into your life was an even bigger mistake. I let your new status get to my head, and I wanted it all for myself. I'm so sorry for everything.
Okay.
Okay? That's all you have to say?
What more can I say?
Imelda, you've basically ruined my life. Your press conference literally canceled my presence on social media. My accounts were trolled and reported, and now 3 of them have been banned. I can't even walk on the street without people recognizing me and hurling insults at me. I'm not safe anymore, both online and offline. People keep attacking me. As if all that's not enough, no one would give me jobs anymore. Prior clients have already canceled their contracts with me because no one wants to work with a man who abandoned his child. This is becoming too much for me to handle. I'm tired. Even Rosie has already left me because the heat became too much for her as well. I'm ruined, Imelda. I'm alone. I'm broke, and I'm tired. I'm done.
Well, let's just get one thing clear. I didn't ruin your life. You did that all yourself. You tried to destroy me, and if you had succeeded, you would have gladly danced on my ruins. You abandoned me for 20 years and came crawling back because you saw I was a millionaire. And when you realized you wouldn't be coming within an inch of my money, you chose to destroy it.
That was a mistake, Imelda. I'm sorry. I should never have done that. The court fined me $500,000 to pay you in damages. Where on earth am I going to see such an amount of money? I'm already sunk in debt as is.
Don't ask me. I'm sure you'll think of something.
Come on, Imelda. We're family. I'm your blood. You're a millionaire, and we both know you don't need that money. Please, dear, I don't have to pay the fine. Do this for me. I'm your father, after all.
Father? What a joke. Don't you dare keep even a penny of my money from me, or I swear I'll haul you right back to court. You'll pay what you owe, to the very last penny. Or you and I would have another problem.
But how can I do that? I already told you how hard things are for me.
I don't care. Maybe now you'll have an idea how hard things were for us back when you abandoned me. There were nights Nana and Gramps went to bed hungry just so I wouldn't starve. Soon, you'll know what that feels like. You'll know what it feels like to be drowning in bills, but there's a family member right there who could help, but chooses to ignore you because they don't deem you worthy of their time and attention. You deserve everything that is coming to you and more. And there's nothing I'll do to make it any easier for you. Not me, not my grandparents. You're on your own.
Come on, have mercy on me. Don't leave me like this.
This should be the last time you send me a text, or I'll get a restraining order on you. Goodbye, Dad.
Hold on, Imelda. I'm your father. You have to forgive me. Please, Imelda, don't do this. Imelda!
Dad was never able to get out of debt. Instead, he sunk into worse debt, forcing him to move into the rural areas. There were fewer people there who knew him, and he managed to get a security job at a bank. He never went online again. I and my grandparents moved to the highbrow area of the city where they got the best life possible in their old age. I hired round-the-clock help to take care of them, so all they would do was relax and have a good time. They deserved it. I fell in love not long after with a man who loved me so much. We dated for over 6 months, and now we're planning our wedding. I've never been so happy before. My life is just perfect. Tucker, how could you do that? You just embarrassed me beyond belief.
I embarrassed you?
You just stormed into the bedroom, dragged Jason out of the house whilst he was still naked, and chucked him outside. Then you just stormed off to your car and drove away? All of the neighbors saw everything. They were watching, and now they're going to be gossiping and telling everyone they know what just happened. I talk to these people on a daily basis. Now they're going to think the worst of me, and it's all your fault.
My fault? How the hell is any of this my fault?
If you hadn't come back home early, you never would have seen Jason and gotten so worked up. But because you did come back, you've made a whole mess now.
Wow, you really need a reality check, Lena. You were cheating on me. I think I have every right to be upset.
Well, if you weren't going to stick around, why did you throw Jason out? He could have stayed if you weren't going to.
Do you even hear yourself right now? How selfish can you be? Do you even care that you've completely ruined our relationship?
I didn't ruin anything. Like I said, if you hadn't come home early, this never would have happened. What were you doing coming home so early anyway? Shouldn't you be at work today? Or have they realized how useless you are and fired you for your incompetence?
The company had a massive power outage and told us that it wouldn't be sorted out until tomorrow, so they told us all to go home. I thought it would be a nice surprise if I came home with some flowers for you and we could have had a nice afternoon together, maybe even go out for dinner in the evening. But it looks like you'd already found yourself a nice surprise for the afternoon. How long has this been going on, Lena? How long have you been cheating on me?
Does it really matter? It's not going to change anything.
It matters to me. I deserve to know.
Fine, whatever. I've been seeing Jason now for a couple of months. Happy?
Months?
Yes.
Jeez, Lena. How could you do this to me?
How? Because I was bored. You are so boring. Everything is the same, day in and day out. I was fed up, and so I decided to have a bit of fun. I went to a bar one afternoon whilst you were at work, and that's where I met Jason. He was the bartender on that day. We got to talking and really hit it off. From there, I'd go back every day and we'd just talk. Eventually, our relationship went to the next level, and we've been seeing each other ever since. It's really been quite thrilling. The whole sneaking around thing was really quite fun. There were a few times where I thought we'd get caught. Like the other week when you forgot your phone and came back for it. But you're such a simple idiot that you didn't notice anything was wrong. It was just too easy. I just hope that you haven't wrecked the thrill of this relationship for me. Like, if the only reason why I was having fun was because I had to hide it from you, I'll be really angry.
Well, let me get this straight. You decided to cheat on me, to destroy our relationship, our marriage of 15 years, simply because you were bored?
Well, when you say it like that, you make it sound like I'm such a horrible person.
Well, to be honest, you are.
Ugh, whatever. Look, you really need to sort out this mess that you've made. You need to talk to all of the neighbors and tell them that this was just a huge misunderstanding. Then you need to call Jason and apologize for treating him the way you did.
I'm not doing any of that. In fact, the only thing I'll be doing is going to my friend's house whilst you pack your stuff and get out of my house.
What? You're kicking me out?
You bet I am. That's my house. I'm the one who bought it and the mortgage is in my name. So I get to decide who lives there, and it's gonna be me. I want you gone by this evening, otherwise I'll call the police and tell them that you're trespassing.
But where am I supposed to go?
I don't know, and I don't care.
You are such a horrible person. I've not even done anything that bad, and you're treating me like I'm the worst person in the world. I mean, lots of people cheat on their partner every day. It's not something uncommon. You're not special. In fact, you're the complete opposite of special.
Whatever, Lena. I'm done listening to you, and I'm done talking to you. For now, I need space to calm down before I say anything that I shouldn't. Maybe we can talk about this all tomorrow, or over the next few days, but for now, I need to be left alone.
God, you're such a pathetic loser. Just get over yourself. That's what any real man would do.
Lena, I mean it.
Fine, I'll go stay with my mom tonight then. Considering you're being a complete asshole and kicking me out of my own house.
Sounds good to me.
Whatever. I'm done talking to you. Don't bother texting me again.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Tucker, are you there?
Lena, where have you been?
What do you mean? You told me to leave the house, so I did.
Well, yeah, I know I said that, but I've been trying to get in contact with you so that we can talk about everything that's happened. but you've not been replying to me, and when I went to your mom's house to see if you were there, she said she hadn't seen you since 2 weeks ago when you went for lunch together. So, where have you been?
Well, I considered going to my mom's house, but then I decided that I didn't want to. So I went to Jason's instead. I've been here ever since.
Jason? The guy you cheated on me with? You're with him?
Do you know a different Jason?
Jeez, Lena, do you honestly not care about our relationship at all? Do you not even want to try and work it out?
Well, no, not really.
Huh?
I told you the other day that I was bored, and you're the main reason why. You're a very boring person with a very boring life, and I'm sick and tired of being stuck in your endless loop of boredom.
So, that's it then, huh? You're just giving up on a relationship after destroying it and running away with your little boy toy?
He's not a boy toy.
Sounds to me like you're having a midlife crisis. Although you're not handling it in a very mature way, are you? It's quite sad.
Whatever. The only reason I messaged you was to see if you'd received the little present I sent you.
Huh? What present?
I'd check your mail if I were you.
Seriously, Lena, you filed for divorce?
Oh, I see that you found my gift.
This isn't a joke, Lena.
No, it's not. Those are real divorce papers. I've decided that I'm done with you, so I want to make it official. Me and Jason are having so much more fun together, so who in their right mind would give that up for an old, boring person?
Well, certainly not a horrible witch, that's for sure.
Did you just call me a witch?
Well, let's just say, I wouldn't be surprised if a house fell out of the sky and landed on you.
Oh, haha. Look, there's two ways you can go about this now. I don't particularly want to go to court with this. It'll be long and tedious and just not something that I really want to do. So we can come to an agreement. You can sign the house over to me and we can call it even. Or I can take you to court and take you for everything you're worth. I know what options I'd choose.
You actually trying to blackmail me into giving you my house?
It's not blackmail, just slightly forceful suggestion.
You are despicable.
Sticks and stones. Look, me and Jason are currently living in a tiny little bedsit, and whilst it was fun to begin with, I'm over it now. I miss my comforts and my bed, and I want it back. I'm willing to compromise here so that we can both walk away winners. Or, well, you can walk away less of a loser than you would be otherwise. So, what do you say?
What do I say? I say no way, I'm not giving you my house. So, if you want to take this to court, then fine, I will. Only, I'll make sure that it doesn't go your way.
What? Why are you being so awkward? Just agree to the deal I gave you, and then we can both just get on with our lives.
You're mad if you think that I'm just gonna hand over my home, which I've been living in for the last 15 years. After I discovered you cheating on me, you don't get to do that and then make demands for things that you want. You're the one in the wrong right now, so you'll just have to deal with whatever consequences that come your way.
But I'm your wife. You should just do what I say.
Oh no, you have absolutely no right to play that card. You're not my wife. You're just a horrible woman who betrayed me and cheated on me with some random stranger, simply because she was bored. And I'm gonna make sure that you don't get a single thing from me. I can promise you that.
Well, we'll see about that. I know that I'm going to win if we take this to court because I'm the woman in the situation.
And?
And courts always believe the woman in a relationship and sides with them. They'll give me whatever I want. Especially when I tell them that you were emotionally manipulative towards me. They'll support me no matter what you say when I tell them that.
What? But that's a lie. I was never horrible to you at all.
They don't know that though, do they?
You really are a despicable woman. How I never noticed it before now is beyond me. But don't you worry, I'm certain things will work out fine for me in the end.
We'll just see about that. I guess I'll see you in court then. Get ready to become a penniless, homeless loser. Tucker? What was that in there? What did you do? I should have won that court hearing, not you. How did you win? It's not fair.
Oh, Lena, what are you doing messaging me? One of the points of the hearing was that you weren't to contact me anymore.
I don't care what the court said. I want to know how you won. I thought that I was going to go into that hearing and get everything that I wanted and more. How come that didn't happen?
Wow, you're really acting like a toddler right now and throwing a tantrum. That's really sad.
Answer my question.
You were there in the hearing. You know how I won.
But I don't remember signing any prenup. You forged it. I know it.
Just because you don't remember signing it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. In fact, you were the one who insisted on having the prenup.
What?
Yeah, you really don't remember? You were working at the time in that hairdresser's and trying to become an actress on the side, and you decided that you wanted a prenup for when you became a big star so that if we ever divorced, I wouldn't be able to have any of your money. Only you gave up on trying to become an actress and instead quit your job and decided to just use all my money instead. Thank goodness I had the sense to set up a secret savings account. I was going to use it to buy us a really nice holiday, maybe to Dubai, but I'm glad I didn't in the end.
But that prenup was for me. It shouldn't stop me from getting your money.
I added in a clause where it worked both ways. I did point it out to you, but you either didn't care or weren't listening. Either way, it works for me.
But that's not fair. Now what am I supposed to do? I don't have a job, so I have no money coming in.
Can't you just ask your new boy toy to support you?
He only works as a bartender. He doesn't get much money. Definitely not enough to support the both of us. I'm going to have to get a job.
Oh well.
Hang on, Tucker. Look, I'm sorry, okay? Let's just forget all this ever happened and we can go back to how things were before, okay?
You mean where I was working a horrible, dead-end job which was slowly crushing my soul simply so that you could have the money to go and waste on stupid clothes and stuff? Yeah, I know. I'm good, thanks. Now that I don't have to support you, I can finally quit my job and pursue a career that I'll actually enjoy. With the amount of savings I have, I'll have enough time to sort something new out without having to worry about bills and rent and stuff.
You have that much saved up? You need to give me some. It's only fair.
No, actually, now that we're divorced, I don't have to do anything for you ever again. And to be honest, I thought I would be sad about that, but I feel like a heavy weight has been lifted off of my shoulders. I feel 10 times lighter and much happier. Thanks for making me see that I was miserable with you. I'm gonna go and celebrate my newfound freedom now. See ya. Have a nice life.
Wait, Tucker. You can't just leave me like this. You need to help me. Tucker.
After divorcing Lena, life was strange for a little while. I wasn't sad that such a horrible person was finally gone from my life. However, I was used to someone being at home and I started to feel quite lonely. So I decided to adopt a dog. Me and Buster have been happy bachelors ever since. My life has definitely gotten better ever since I left Lena. I've even started my own hat making business, and whilst it's not making me millions, I make a decent amount of money and I'm much happier than I was in my old job. As for Lena, the last I heard, her boyfriend Jason decided to leave her for a younger woman. This forced Lena to get a job so that she could afford her own flat. But because it was a minimum wage job, the flat she was able to afford was only a tiny, dingy one. I would feel bad for her, but she made that situation for herself, so now she has to deal with the consequences. Who knew that the worst day in my life would turn out to be the best thing that ever happened to me?